And the people who are fleeing are helped in their journey to safety by people like my next guest. In normal times, she's the director of the Lviv Municipal Art Centre. But these are not normal times, and you will not believe what she's doing to help. We're going to find out. Lyana Mytsko is with me now from Lviv Live. Lyana, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you on the program this morning. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. Listen, this is going to be so interesting for us. There you are in your art center, and you can show us around. When the attack began, what did you do to your art gallery space?
Yeah, we decided to make some psychology shelter for people who come to Lviv and they really don't know what to do. So here is a place for their short, safe place. They can understand here what they're going to do next and to go to some flats or to some shelters in Lviv, have some psychologist help or to stay here for some time and to decide to go abroad.
So they come to you for a short stay and figure out what's next for them in their life as they try to get to a safe place. So it's really interesting. I hear voices in the background. How many people do you have with you this morning?
This morning was like around 40, yes. And they usually decide to go in the morning to the border. Also, this is our gallery room now. You see here is like a little kitchen here. And the next rooms are for laying and for, for some little sleep.
A little bit of rest on the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Kitchen, food, rest, and they come. How do they find out about you? Tell me, but it's kind of like a call center as I understand it. They get in touch with you. How do you operate?
We have one phone number, and our center is very popular among people who like art, for example. And our context of civilian life, not military life, was our first contact with all world, with all Ukrainians. And firstly, we heard this questions about help from art people of, some musicians, some artists, so on. And the next one was their relatives, for example. So this connection, we feel it everywhere here.
So suddenly it grew into something that people knew they could get help from you. And now, tell me about the number of calls. I mean, it's an extraordinary response. People are calling from all over to get your help, right?
Oh, I don't know how to explain it, but at night we have several cars for help people in this night regime when people cannot go away from their houses, for example, and cannot be on the street without any documents. People call to us and start to ask us about help with cars. So at night we usually have around 1,000 probably calls for help with these cars and with moving from railway station to the homes or to shelters.
So you go and pick them up?
Yeah, we're going to pick them up. We have only 10 cars probably with this permission moving at night, and we decided to make such a call center. And at night we have here a base for people to move. So I hope that in next few days, our government will make something for make us not to be the only guys in a city to help people with this moving from a railway station to the shelters.
Amazing. You're the only service that is driving people, particularly during the hours of curfew. You said something, Lyana, that I want to talk about, and that is how you help them psychologically with the mental health. I can only imagine the stress that people are under. What specifically are you doing for their mental state?
We have every day, like in a regular version of some psychologist clinic here, because we have every day 2-3 psychologists working with people, speaking with them. Also, we have contacts with medicine. So usually when people need something, we're trying to help them in mental way, firstly. And it's not only about refugees, it's also about people who are trying to be volunteer here, because to be in this home front is also very hard for them.
Yes. So what are they telling you about how they're feeling? What are you hearing from people? And I'm wondering if there are any particular stories or accounts that are really standing out for you.
Yeah, we have several stories about people who saw how the buildings, the houses was destroyed when they went away in a few meters from there with, I don't know, with no bags exactly. And they saw how this buildings was destroyed by Russian bombs. And I think that they still cannot understand exactly what's going on. They will understand it probably in some few days, few weeks. And we are here for taking their hand and for trying to understand what's going on with them exactly.
Yes. And how about you? How are you doing through all of this, even as you help other people?
I want to sleep.
You want to sleep.
Yes.
How much sleep are you getting?
Like one night per 2 days, probably, because usually staying here, we're trying to work 24 hours. And it's not only about me, it's about all volunteers in Lviv. We are still on this front. Exactly, I work with culture managers around, and all of them changing their lives. And then, we also work with culture, because culture war is, that it's one of the most specific thing which has influence to our lives and to lives of Russian people, and of this connection, which we had probably previous before war. But all culture managers here in Lviv started to work in this hometown front. So yes. That's why we are still work together. We're still trying to connect with each other, and also trying to tell each other, you should sleep this night, please.
It's your turn to sleep. Listen, I'm struck by a couple of things. Number one, I love seeing the gallery space. There's a little bit of beauty when there's so much ugliness and horror outside. These people can come. It's a little bit of a refuge, and you still have some of the beautiful things on the walls. Mm-hmm. I think that's important. And I'm just wondering, as we follow from, well, we're in Canada, the world is watching and seeing how amazing it is that everyone is stepping up to help everybody else in the country, however he or she can. And that's what you're doing in this way. How does it make you feel to help your fellow Ukrainians at this crisis time?
I think that this war started to be some point of new connection, new kind of connection. And firstly, we had it probably during revolutions. We got here at 2014. But this war just told once more that we are one country, that we are one nation. And this is probably one of the most national connection thing we had ever. And I hope that we will have more good feeling around with our neighbors around.
Yes.
And and this war will make us a cool, true nation as we could be ever.
A cultural nation. Well, I hope it won't be long before you can get back to your regular job and celebrating the beautiful Ukrainian culture. You've given us a taste of your strength and the beauty around you. Lyana, thank you very much. We're just losing our video connection to you a little bit, I think. Oh, there you are. You're back. Let me thank you. Yeah. We are very concerned about everything happening there and everyone there. So thank you very much for speaking to us today.
Thank you too. Thank you for your informational support. It's very useful for for Ukraine, because we need it so much.
Lyana Mytsko from Lviv. Thank you.
Thank you too.